But today, what really annoys me is that no matter where we look, you kind of get despondent sometimes because it feels like it's all a game to lots of people. That your future is a game, that our country is something to be played with, that our freedoms are something that can be given and taken away depending on what the latest poll says. And as you know, I am steadfast and absolute that those borders have to be reopened. But today we got an insight into some people who think that this is just a game. In fact, they're projecting criticism. A senator from the state of Queensland has said, and that's being, a senator from the state of Queensland has come forward to say that it certainly seems there is a coordinated attack on the Queensland state government. Senator Anthony Chilsom is his name, said that there had been escalated attacks in the past fortnight, that there was obviously a concerted effort on the Conservative forces to target the Premier. I can't say that they've co-opted the New South Wales State Premier's office, but it certainly fits the agenda that I think the feds want to pursue. The Prime Minister's office was contacted for comment. Why would you follow up? I'll give you a very honest answer. Why am I annoyed about the borders? Because when you keep them closed, you are killing people. You are killing their business, you are killing their livelihoods. And because they don't turn up on the stats that you want to update every single morning, be it the Premier of Queensland, the Premier of South Australia, Western Australia, Tasmania. I'll give the Northern Territory a free pass because of their remote Indigenous communities. The businesses that are being suffocated. That's why I'm annoyed. It is not some Conservative plot to get Annastacia Palaszczuk before the next election. It is not the direction of the federal government. The federal government wants the economy to open. They talk about Queensland because Queensland is such a massive part of the puzzle when it comes to tourism. This is not an agenda of the far right. This is not Team Red, Team Blue. This is not Fairfax versus News Corp and the ABC looking on in the... Come on! We care about this issue because of people like this.
Compared to last year, we're not earning anything. We've basically got 2 displaced owners staying with us. So that means we've got no income whatsoever. And it's not just us, that's the pattern right the way across Noosa. So we desperately need the borders opened.
I sold 3 houses to do this. 3 houses in Victoria to do this job, to take on a business where I'm looking after people, looking after other people's property. And because of some person who thinks, I think I know more than you do, guess what? You know, she doesn't know a damn thing. She's killing us.
When times were good, how much money were you making in a week?
$30,000.
What did you make last week?
0. Look, it's pretty stressful. Who knows? I'm doing day by day. I get pretty emotional talking about it because it's just been tough. We need help. You know, you say we have all these stimulus packages, but it just doesn't help. We need people here.
That's why I'm banging on about it. But to Anthony Chisholm, it's all a game, where the real reason people are annoyed is because they're ginned up by right-wing forces, federal government, New South Wales Premier. This is a bloke who represents the state where these people's jobs are evaporating and the economy is losing $53 million a day. Pig-headedness, provincialism, and a game. Australians have had enough of feeling that it's up to a politician to decide whether you can walk from this side of the street to the other. And if you think that's being too much, that's exactly what's happening right now. On one side of the road, it's Tweed Heads. On the other side of the road, it's Coolangatta. There are concrete bollards in between states in Australia as if it was East and West Germany. That's why this matters. It might be a game to them, but it's not a game to us. It's not a game to you. This is our country. And while we have been lucky enough to be able to isolate ourselves from the rest of the world, we cannot turn on each other. There are not versions of Australians, there are just Australians. As my mate Tim Blair said on the air last night, could you imagine if the things that were being said about people from the southern states, was said about an ethnic group or a gender group or a sexuality, it would be illegal. But you can just say things about Southerners as if they're all dirty and diseased.